I'm a member of the Dunlap Band of Mono Indians, and my people are like 50 miles east of here, up Highway 180 going towards Sequoia Kings Canyon, Hume Lake Ranger District, Sequoia National Forest. And yes, I do bring that. I feel that coming from a Native American heritage background, uh, even watching my grandfather, and when he would do clearing around spring boxes and allowing areas on our property up there, we'd always build piles, burn piles, and we'd burn these brush piles, or we'd leave some for habitat. But just that smell of smoke and fire, it was something that I knew that was being used as a tool, and not just my family, but other mountain families in the area, the pioneers and other Indian people that were in the Dunlap area. And as being Native American horticulturists, which a lot of us look at each other as, part of gathering and preserving of cultural resources was a good thing. As a hunter-gatherer tradition of, we know and we have an eye out for these things. When my dad got out of the Marine Corps, he eventually became part of the Forest Service, and he was he was in construction and maintenance, but also as a fire prevention technician. He was the FPT at the Camp 4.5 station right along the banks of the Kings River, which was an awesome station if you're a kid. And again, that's how we got introduced into the Forest Service level of experience. And then also as a fire prevention technician at the McKinsey Guard Station, 5,200 foot level. It was our summer home, and Dad was the leader, the person that influenced myself very much so, and my other brothers and my nephews to get involved with firefighting. But when Dad would come home from fires, and he'd still smell like smoke and like ash, and Shelby and I would run up to him and, Daddy's home, Daddy's home. I'd give him a big hug and everything. And first thing we'd look at, though, would be looking at his lunchbox, and he'd have fire camp goodies. And we'd just be eating it all happy. Yep, we're going to be just like him. One, we're going to be military, because we're warriors, But the other part is for firefighting, that was the best fit for us. We were going to be just like him. And we were. So when I think about that influence, it is something that our father and the tribal experience lent to a lot. Again, we're somebody that, I guess, working in enough force and working on the land, I'm always looking to this dead and down stuff can be piled over here, or that stuff could be utilized for erosion control. Always taking care of the water. Water is so important in Indian country. I mean, it's a source of life. And to work with my elders, my grandma taught me a lot. She was quite the mountain woman, and it was a big influence. The women's input, opinion on how things should be done. It was always respected and valued by men, and that's something that makes me better. And that's something that we feel very strongly about even now. All things considered, and working with the Forest Service and everything. We hope by, with collaborative meetings, with the tribal forums that are hosted, with the communications, not just via the meetings and the paperwork, but also the site visits matter a lot. How do you describe something that's sacred? It's something that you have to go and experience. It's changed people's attitudes towards projects when you're out there on the landscape and you're smelling, and you're hearing, you're feeling. That is it's something that I'm glad the Forest Service has a tribal relations program that works with all facets, all levels of the organization. But we work with a lot of tribes, and they have their own cultures, their own languages, their own gathering areas, also known as their own neighborhoods. And it's good for me to have that background experience as a former firefighter, working with a lot of the tribal members who are former firefighters or have family members that are still in firefighting. Firefighting is something that lines up well with Indian people as far as hard work, knowledge of the land, good line scouts. I'm a line scout. I've always looked at myself as that. I'm the type of person that you'd want to send in ahead of time to go get a feel for the land. And, I would never put anybody in an unsafe position that I wouldn't, go myself. But having that type of ability is something that I learned from my father, my brothers, and other good leaders, a lot of Native American firefighters, my role models. I appreciate that very much. And I try to convey that now to the younger generation, but also current managers and everything. We have a rapport. We know of things, local factors, things to consider. I've been on my share of fires where if we got there at nighttime, and once things got where we could at least kind of look around, you could always ask yourself, like, hey, who lived here? Whose people are here? And being Native employees, we'd be looking for certain things, and you probably could pick up right away our cultural resource site, ARC site, and then what tribe is here? Hey, do you know any of those people? And it was an interesting connection. Once you found out, then you have a rapport. And when the tribal folks, contacts that we made contact with, they would be kind of reserved with meeting with like the regular Forest Service folks sometimes. But once an Indian person met another Indian, then the rapport would accelerate and more information would come out. I've heard people say that, we don't know them, but we'll talk to you. And that was good. It's a good bridge. Whatever we could do as ambassadors, as Line Scouts to help out in the incident. And respect their ways or listen to what's important to them, and please be considerate, sensitive to this particular geographic area. It's not like they're pointing it out exactly, but they are very conscientious of what operations may occur there. And if we can plan it in a good way and respectful, then that's a good thing, and it betters relationships.